Welcome back to my channel, my friends. If you are new, welcome to you as well, and those who are returning, welcome. This is Here You Try It Challenge. This is hosted by myself and my friend Tammy from Happiness Created. We do this once a year where we exchange mystery boxes with each other, a group of us, and I will talk a little bit more about the competition or the challenge further on into the video. Now, I got my stuff from Tosha, from Sunflower Tosha DIYs, and here I am just opening the bag and just revealing what she has sent to me. Now, this challenge is really all about we exchange projects that we have created in the past, send the items to the person that we pick, and they are supposed to recreate what we created but put their own spin on it. So Tasha was the one who sent me my stuff, and I sent mine to Cindy. But like I said, I will share a little bit more about the competition further on, and let me just get to opening this bag. So in this bag, Sasha, that's the name of my daughter, Tosha has sent me some items, and I am supposed to recreate 3 projects that she has made in the past. I believe it's 3. It could be 4. But she created these projects in the past, and I am supposed to recreate what she did, but just putting my spin on it. So here I'm just basically showing you the items that she sent me. I know this doesn't look like much. It just looks like a bunch of tiny stuff, but you will see how it all turns out and how they all come together when I create the projects. But here I'm just showing you the items that I have to work with. You'll see how I put my spin on it. Let's just jump right into it. So for our first DIY, I'll be using these 2 tags, some of those little strips, 8 of them I believe, and I will also be using some tumbling tower blocks. So I took my Tight Bond premium wood glue, and I'm going to glue the tumbling tower blocks together, not using any hot glue because I don't want the hot glue to cause any lumps. So once I glued those together, here I'm now taking the 2 tags and I'm going to place them on either side, but to get them to stand I use 2 small paint bottles to just brace them up. Then I measure my little strips of wood and then cut that down. And you see, it was a little challenging trying to get them to stay put. They didn't want to cooperate, but I was the boss. Once I got those glued, I then cut down my strips and then glued them on the outside of the tags. And if you don't know what I'm making just yet, I am making a little crate. So I'm gluing the strips together, and I will do that for both sides. And because I'm not using any hot glue, I have to wait for a little bit for the wood glue to set up before I can start moving it around. And I glued both sides together. Now I'm going to be adding my little dowel to the top for the handle. So I measured that down, used my miter shear and cut that. And that's it for our little crate, at least this part of it. I'm not quite done yet. And this is what it looks like when I was all done. So now I'm going to paint that with 2 good coats of folk art coconut milk And now that is painted and dry, I decided to use the paint pen and just went around the edge just to highlight that. And then to give this a farmhouse look, I took the paint pen and just added little markings on the crate, just like Tosha did for hers. I will leave a link of her video down in my description box so you can check that out when you get done watching mine. Now for hers, she used some little vials or little bottles for her crate. These are empty toothpick bottles. You know, as crafters, we don't throw anything out. I keep saying that over and over. You never know when you just might need it. And these came in very handy. So I only had 2. So I just painted the outside with a good coat of white paint. And then I took the black paint pen, added some marks to give it that farmhouse look. All of this is optional, guys. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can paint this in another color. You can find something else. You just do what makes your heart. And then to change mine up a little bit, I just wrap the top with a little jute cord for both of them. And then, as usual, you know, the jute cord always has some little fuzzies, so I took the lighter and just burned that off. And I placed these on the inside. This little fairy well, wishing well, I got this from the Dollar Tree. I just have this as decoration, and I just placed that in the center and then place the 2 little vase on the outside and just fill them with some boxwood pick. Tosha added Easter eggs to hers. I'm just doing mine a little different. Next, I took a piece of this permanent printable or writable vinyl sticker from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use my heater on very light setting just to press it out because it was curled, as you see there. And then I took this little tag and I'm tracing that out because I want my sign to be white and not black. Let's just say that. So that's why I'm using this little sticker paper. Trace that out, trim down the edges, and then just cut that out on a piece of cardboard. And then to give it a border, I just went around the edge with the paint pen again, and then dry that. And then I took this word family transfer sticker or transfer, and just rub that on. If there's anything I like about the Dollar Tree transfers is that they're very easy to go on. You don't have to rub a lot. Once you put that down, be careful that you are putting it down, and once you put it down, that's where it's gonna stay. You just lightly rub it and the carrier sheet lifts off. Very easy. And then just glue that on in the center right there, and that was it. Yes. And our little crate is complete. Love it. Now this is Here You Try It. I love this challenge. This challenge is we select names, and then once we draw the names, we exchange the names, and the person whose name you get, then you ask them to give you 3 DIY projects that they have already created, and then they will send you the items. You take those items and you try to recreate those DIYs in your version. So that's basically what it is, and all of the participants on this flyer are the ones who are participating. Okay. So I will leave all of their links down in my description box below. I love this challenge, and this is our second time doing it. Now let's move on to the next one. This one is a scale that she made. I am doing mine a little different. That piece that she sent to me was a little too big for the bottle cap, so I had to cut another piece out. So here I'm just tracing it out on a piece of foam board, and then I cut that out. And then I had this piece of wood that comes in a pack from the Dollar Tree. I thought that this needed to be a little higher, and I just changed mine up a little bit. So I glued two of them together, and I'm going to use that for the center. I also cut another piece of the foam board to place on top of the flower pot, and after I glued my clock face onto the foam, I used a little transfer stick to just rub that in, just to smooth it out. And here I'm using tacky glue as well as hot glue. So I use a little tacky glue and some hot glue, glued on the second piece of foam that I cut out. And then I'm going to glue on one piece of the birch wood using some hot glue there, and then glue on the top piece. For the hand, for the little scale face, I cut that from the cardstock, and then I used some tacky glue to glue that onto the face of the clock. Not the face of the clock. Well, the scale face. I glued that onto the scale face, making sure that it was measured or pointed to the 0. And then here I'm just gonna glue that on. It wasn't laying flat on the surface, so I took a piece of the foam board, cut that to an angle, and then use a little tacky glue and hot glue, glue that onto the pot, and then glue down the face, and that held it in place. Leave it up to Christine to forget to paint in the edge of the scale face. So I took the paint pen and then just went over that, and then I just added some spots to the pot to complete this one. Let me know what you think, and this is Tosha's scale in the right corner there. Let me know what you think, and you will see more of this in the final reveal. So for this one, these are the items that I'll be using. This round wooden plaque. Now she sent round because she did not have the square, and this is what her picture is. I'll leave that right at the top there. 3 wooden cube, some thumbtacks, and this braided cord, and this transfer. So I painted the wood with 2 coats of folk art Adirondack, and now it's dry. I am now ready to put my transfer on, so I peeled off the backing, place that in the center, and then use my transfer stick to just rub that on, and then burnish that in with the carrier sheet. And it looks like a little a barn, or it could be, yes, it looks like a barn. And once I got that on, I'm just going over it now with some Mod Podge, because you want to make sure that you're sealing that so it's protected. So if you are new to my channel, or you're coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you decided to stop by here today. I hope you're enjoying the content. And if you are returning, my friends, thank you so much for coming back. If you are watching from outside of the US, thank you so much for watching and for coming to my channel. My YouTube analytics say that I'm getting viewers from India. So whether you're from India or for any other country, leave your flag emoji down in the comment section so I can give you a big shout out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love if you would do so. Your support truly does help my channel to grow, and it signals to YouTube that you enjoy the content and they get to share that with other viewers like yourself. So go ahead and subscribe if you have not yet done so. I truly appreciate that. I glued it down one end to the next end, leaving some space in the middle just so it appears that it's a handle. And now for the tacks. At first I wanted to leave them white, but I said no, I wanted to change the color. So I used the furniture marker from Dollar Tree to color that in. I did not like how it looked, and I think I went over it with the black paint pen afterwards. But here I'm using the paint pen to just add some little black spots. And this is what it looks like, my friends. I love it, love it, love it. Let me know what you think about this one. Now we're moving on to the next one. Now, like I mentioned earlier, she used some vials for her farmhouse crate. I didn't have those, and she didn't send me those. but we're gonna make do with what we had. So now I'm pulling these that I did earlier, and I just cut some letters from the transfer stickers to spell the word farm. I'm gonna put FA on one and RM on the other, and that's gonna be it. After I place those on, I use some Mod Podge to seal them. That's it. Make do with what you have, and let me know how these little vases come out. Thanks again to all the ladies who decided to join Tammy and myself for this collaboration. Ladies, we love you so much. Now we're jumping into the next one. This is also what she sent me. I painted that with 2 coats of the Adirondack. This is what hers look like. I'll leave that at the top there for you to see. And I'm going to use this transfer that she also sent me. I just peeled that off, placed it in the center, rubbed that on, and then went over it with some Mod Podge. You always want to make sure that you're sealing your work because you don't want it scratched. And then I took the paint pen and just added some broken lines around the edge of the wood. I didn't go all the way around, just left it broken. And that's all I'm going to be doing for this side. I made a bow from the ribbon that she sent me, and I'm going to glue that at the top. And to prevent the tails from hiding the word on the board, I'm just going to tack them down to the side. And then I had this piece of scrap wood. I painted that in white, and I'm going to flip the sign around and glue on that, and that is going to be the stand. And this is basically it, my friends. I love this one as well. Let me know what you think. And our Proverbs for today is from Proverbs 27 verse 2. Let someone else praise you and not your own mouth, an outsider and not your own lips. And here we are for the final reveal. These are my reproduction of the projects that Tosha did, farmhouse projects that Tosha did. I love how these turned out, but guys, let me know which one was your favorite and if you would have done anything different. Thank you, Tosha, for sending me these items. I hope I did your projects justice, but I love mine nonetheless. And guys, don't forget to check out Tammy's channel as well. She is a co-host with me on this collaboration, and of course all the other ladies, their links are in the description box below, and make sure to check them out as well. And if you are coming over from any of their channel, thank you so much for coming over. I would appreciate if you would consider subscribing and like, share, and leave me a comment down below because I enjoy reading your comments. So this is Here You Try It 2025, or second edition. We love every moment of it. We had some challenges and had to push back the date a little, but here we are presenting this to you. I hope you found value in this video. Go ahead and check out the playlist down below as well as the other channels. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to watch more, I suggest this video right here. And stay safe, my friends, until my next one. Bye.